It's £2, 5 nights. It's not fucking complicated, mate. And this fucking cunt comes in, he's bitching about £2.
Was that the bullet with 2 wolves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those fucking dogs back in the alley.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh, god damn, dude.
I keep feeding them rubbish, garbage, but not leaving.
Well, that's why they're coming around, mate. They
What do you
love
mean?
fucking garbage. They're fucking
Oi.
dogs. They're street dogs.
Oh, you still on about those dogs?
You don't hear them.
Yeah, it's the cunt with 2 wives.
Lucky fucker.
Not really.
I don't know.
I told one of them.
I'll
I don't
deal
know
with
if
some
they-
fucking canines if I get 2 wives.
Do you know what I would like?
I don't know.
What's that?
Bloke
warm-
like you, probably like American Western, some shit, right?
A warm pint.
Warm.
Warm pint.
You're in the wrong fucking place, mate.
No, you want a water closet point.
Yeah, but I want them warm.
It ain't fucking Christmas.
You
No.
want? Are you saying you want a brew from the loo?
Oi.
A loo brew. Yeah, that sounds better than WC.
All right,
WC.
I want a loo brew.
Then go use your fucking feet, mate.
Fine.
And get 2 more while you're at it.
Noi.
Quickish, mate. Move.
Noi. I'm getting a point for me and none for ooh.
You know he's going to get high, right?
What he's going to do, he's going to shoot up. He's going to beat off. He's going to have 3 or 4 fucking loo brews. He'll come back up here and he'll say, it's 15 past my shift. Go fuck off.
That's
Yeah.
bollocks.
You know what I'm fucking thinking?
What's that?
There's fucking dogs out there.
We
We'll
should
put some-
run them in on them.
We should put some fucking ground chuck in the back of his fucking trousers, mate.
Yeah, I got a plastic bag of it.
Sick these fucking dogs on him. And then, when he runs off, those 2 wives come around looking for those dogs. You and I lay the business.
Yeah, hopefully it's when he's waiting in there.
What? You want to go put the ground chuck in his trousers while he's wanking, mate?
No.
These
No.
fucking dogs. God
want-
damn these
I want
dogs.
the dogs to go in there while he's wanking and maybe make some, mean gestures towards his wanking.
Okay, so we put a fucking sloppy steak on the end of some twine. We lure the
Yeah.
dogs through a labyrinth, protecting ourselves, mate. Right? And we lure the dogs into the loo while he's wanking. He's probably hard. He's got that purple cock that looked like a chew toy, right?
Yeah, and I just...
Wait, he comes. He's here. Wait, shush.
Oi, here's your
Oi.
pint. Here's your pint.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, he fucking came through, mate.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah,
Quickish, yeah. Make it, mate. Come on.
get on with it.
Yeah, we got a store to run here, mate.
Those dogs already seen me wanking.
No, you heard all that.
That's why those dogs keep coming around.
You wanking them dogs. Which dog is the sexiest?
No. Oi, noi.
Wait a minute.
Which one?
Know.
Which
The
which
first
one's
one.
Noi, mate?
I'm
Which
not
one's
wanking
Noi?
those dogs.
The first one or
dogs.
the second one?
Those dogs watch me wank. It's different. It's a different thing.
Either way, that's weird.
Yeah, though. I didn't
That's
know you were
kinda
into like
weird.
a Louis C.K. thing with these fucking dogs.
Yeah. Do you say you're going to pull it out before you pull it out?
It's consensual.
Okay.
They're bringing you peanut butter.
Yeah.
Is that why
Fucking
I've seen that on the stock list?
Sickish, mate. You're fucking sick.
God.
God damn.
Come on, man.
Oi,
I
bruv.
know.
Anyway, I need another loo brew. I'm done already.
All right. You two have all the lubres you want. This reminds me of a beautiful film that I've seen before. And I think I'm going to play it for y'all. And it's called Avengement. This week on 5-Day Rentals. Welcome back, everybody, to 5-Day Rentals. We are the video store podcast. And tonight, we're doing crime, ain't we?
That's how you're doing it, mate.
That's how we're doing it.
Put some fucking oomph into it, man.
We're doing crime, ain't we?
Fucking do it, mate.
We're doing crime, ain't we, you cunts?
Get fucking stoked, mate. People want... Give him a fucking show, man. You ain't learned nothing from Gallagher? Fucking do it, mate.
You talking about the comedian?
Yeah, not Oasis. Fuck those blokes, man. Get your shit together. Fucking... Oh, I hate my brother. He looks like a potato. Fuck that. The other Gallagher, he loved his fucking brother. Said, here's my act, mate.
And you know what?
Throw me a few quid. Here's the hammer. Swing away.
They kind of all look like potatoes across the pond, right?
Hey, no offense to our UK fans.
They're kind of... Come on.
God.
Kind of round, kind of shapeless.
I think the UK fans are going to be out for some fucking avengement against you, Kron, for saying that comment.
All right.
And mate, they're going to throw some ground chuck up your bum.
Yeah, why don't you...
Sick a fucking dog on you.
If you're mad at that comment, why don't you smile at me and show me how beautiful you are?
Gosh.
Why don't you float your fat ass with your fucking wrestling singlet fucking swimsuit you all wear? Fucking swim over here.
You guys are on one tonight.
Put your fucking dukes up. We'll do classic fucking
fisticuffs.
Fists out. Right?
Right?
I'll pull me trousers up to me nips so you feel right at home while I beat your fucking cunt in.
Your hefty discs. But I have the joy of bringing you the second movie of...
I call this
doing
one...
crime, isn't we?
Call this one banger. I call this one mash.
Yeah, that's a
that
fact
works.
there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Guys, I fear I can't lose the fucking voice now.
Yeah, once you start, it's kind of hard to stop.
Oof. I never really got it, so it's pretty easy to bounce back.
I'm sure mine will come out in the plot. I had to get there. But yeah, I'm doing Avengement. I'm walking you through it tonight. I'm Laundry Dan. I can't do it alone. I got my other two fun blokes here. Bones and Kron Howard. How are we, mates?
It's top shit, mate. Godlike. Feeling fucking godlike.
Oh, I'm bad.
Sipping on a Diet Dr. Pete from the Soda Stream.
I don't know if that's British, dude.
It sounded like it. Kron, you doing all right?
Oh, I'm doing good. Guys, this is unrelated to the movie that we watched, but you're always saying Kron never does any work for the podcast. I wrote down a film discussion topic if you guys want to hear it.
You want to do that right now?
Yeah, I think it would be quick.
Is it a British movie or...
No.
No? Well, all right, let's hear it. This
All right.
is freedom. This is democracy here on 5-Day Rentals.
It's a fucking monarchy, mate.
Oh, shit. He's got a fucking notebook up.
Yeah, I thought of this yesterday morning.
In the shower?
No, on my way into work, and I wrote it down when I got there.
All right.
Would people now like Forrest Gump more if at the end it turned out he was faking it the whole time?
I think they'd be mad.
They're already mad at it. Nobody likes it anymore.
Why did people love Forrest Gump? What are you talking about?
I think it was like a fun Kaiser Sose thing.
I mean, I know people get mad at me because I say Jenny was a whore, and I don't think that was Forrest's kid, but that's just my opinion. I think I'd be mad if he was faking it.
He talks like Forrest.
Yeah, I think he talks better than Forrest.
Well, he doesn't.
Bones?
He wasn't raised in the South.
Yeah, he's raised on the left coast. She had to be a liberal.
Yeah. Well, she had AIDS, of course. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Conservative Christian women, they don't get AIDS.
I don't know if she just might have been a free lady, you know?
Yeah, I think I think that's what led to the AIDS.
It's a large part of her problem.
Guess she was pretty liberal with her body. Yes.
That's what I meant. I didn't mean politically.
Okay. I got you. That was my fault, not yours. I think I'd be mad. I think I'd be mad at Forrest if he was faking it the whole time. But maybe a few years down the road, I'd be like, that son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You're good.
He got us all. He got us all.
Like, do you mean faking his mental disability or faking his story?
No, the mental disability part.
Okay, that's
story's
fucked up.
all real. Mental disability, no. Wow.
Well, yeah, he did all that stuff.
Why did he do it?
Why does he do it in the movie as it is now?
Because he has a mental disability and works his way into things.
Okay, well,
if he's faking that,
now he's just a guy and he worked his way into stuff.
Wasn't that a Johnny Knoxville movie, The Ringer, where he pretended to be
disabled
so he could play in the Special Olympics?
I never seen it.
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
All
That's
right,
a
we
good
can
joke.
do Avengement now.
That is a question for a rewind, Kron.
Yeah, but I wrote it down the other day. I didn't want to lose it.
I did. Did you get prompted by that by another show that we all might have listened to this week, and somebody brought up Forrest Gump?
No, I didn't listen to any shows this week.
Okay.
What did we all listen to?
I don't know. I don't want to promote another show that doesn't even know we
Weekly
exist.
Podcast Massacre. That's the only show I've listened to.
They doing Gump on there?
Yeah.
I should. Kind of a horror movie.
Yeah, Greg Murph. Do Gump already.
Get on the Gumps. Guys, Avengement. First watch for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never heard of this movie. How did you hear about this movie, Dan?
Me? I know who Scott Adkins is, Kron. I'm in Hollywood, baby.
Had you seen this before?
Maybe.
It's a yes or no. I don't know.
Seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had watched it. There it is again. Yeah, I'd seen it, and I was like, oh, that's maybe one I should save for later. And lo and behold, Bones came and said, we doing Kron, ain't we? And I said, okay, I'm doing that one then.
I usually don't say much after I come, though. Not enough
Just
blood in my brain.
Usually just cry. You usually just cry.
Here's the towel.
I feel bad for what I just did to you, Kron.
You should.
But yeah, I had seen Avengement before Kron. What does that matter?
I was just curious.
It does seem odd that you had watched this just casually. It doesn't seem like a Dan throw-on watch.
I've never even heard of this movie. I feel like this didn't get any... I mean, maybe I'm not in the Scott Adkins circle. Is that his name?
Jeez.
It's just Scott Adkins.
You didn't enjoy Scott Adkins. When I was plotting this fucking movie, I was like, this is going to be another main character that Kron Howard does not fucking like.
The guy with the teeth?
Jesus Christ. Scott Adkins, the main character.
Is that the guy? Well, I don't know if that's the guy.
The main guy of the movie.
Okay. So now I know that guy's name is Scott Adkins.
This is not the end of Scott Adkins on this podcast, dude.
Why do you think I won't like him?
I just had a feeling that whenever I was plotting this, I was like, Kron does not like this guy.
I liked him for 2/3 of the movie.
Bones, give me something here.
Oh, hey, Bones, the main actor who plays the main character, his name's Scott Adkins.
Let me write this down.
Scott.
How do you spell Scott?
It's 2 T's.
I don't know, dude.
Adkins, just like the diet.
Okay. Well, he's British. I didn't know if there was a U or an E in there.
I think it's like SCOTH over there.
Okay. Like the egg.
But they pronounce it Scott.
And that's Adkins like the diet.
Yeah.
Cool. Scott Adkins. Now I'm drawing a little arrow to the right in writing main character.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell that?
It's MAIN.
Okay, not MANE like a lion.
No.
Simba would be a main character.
Mm-hmm. It's
We're
true.
getting somewhere.
So would the Cowardly Lion.
Nah.
That's Dorothy, dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wouldn't put the Cowardly
spelling
Lion
it-
as a main character.
If we're spelling it MANE, he's a lion character.
No, MAIN is how you spell it.
Oh my fucking God.
The podcast is ending.
You guys were so excited before this record, too.
All right.
Downloads are on the up. Everybody's loving the show. Any of my pitches, you're like, no, we're not changing anything. All right.
I liked your idea of speeding up the show. That's why I started with that Forrest Gump question.
Complete opposite. Guys, take a look down here and rate my box.
What's the average on this, Dan? You got that in front of you?
It's a 3.3 of Letterboxd user rating.
3.3. I think if he's being truthful and had seen this before, I think there's something there, but still playing it a little safe for Dan. I'm going to give this a 3.0.
Laundry Dan, I'm going to give you a 3.5 on Avengement.
We will find out at the end of this plot once we go through it. Gentlemen, any last questions, comments?
I
on
could probably
Avengement
think
from
up
2019.
some more Forrest Gump stuff if you give me a minute.
Directed by Jesse V. Johnson. We start with our main character, Kane, being escorted by police to a hospital. A nurse stops them at the door to inform him that his mother has already passed away. But Kane would like to see her anyway. They escort Kane into the room. They show him his dead mum. That's what they call moms in Britain, mum. We fade to black.
What do they call the maids?
Moms. That's
Okay.
what they know. We fade to black and we get our title card here, Avengement, which I think is a word.
Nope. Not a real word.
I looked it up.
I think it's a combination
On Netflix.
of Avenge and what is the mint?
Well, they go pounds is the currency there. Or euros now.
What's
I
the
guess.
mint part of it? I think it's 2 words mashed together.
All right, we get our title card. And we hear a bunch of rumbling and yelling. An elevator ding. And walks out Kane.
It is a word.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's on Merriam-Webster.
What? What's
Avengement, the act of taking vengeance.
Told you. Told you, Kron. Take your shirt off. That's one.
Yep.
I'm not buying it. I bet they got words on there that are all fucked up anyway.
Bite the curb, bro. You were wrong.
I'll gladly be
Are you gonna say
for
sorry?
my beliefs.
Are you going to say sorry or are you going to be an asshole?
No, I'm going to be an asshole. Not a real word. No one's ever used it. If
All right, your
it
choice,
into
your
Google,
path.
If you put it into Google, it'll say like, did you mean avenging?
I thought he was going to say revenge. Because that seems to be the only thing he could ever think of. All right, this police detail, they've all been knocked out. Kane quickly escapes this hospital and shows up at the Horse and Jockey. 2 goons stop him and say members only. He makes quick work of these 2 by punching them and knocking them out. And he walks into this pub.
Sweet throat punch on one of these guys.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hand-to-hand action in this movie that I'm not going to do justice to. So just put that up front.
There's too many kicks. This guy's a boxer. When did he pick up kicking?
Maybe he was a
Well,
kickboxer.
We'll get
He's
to
not
that.
a kickboxer. He's a normal boxer.
And Bones, write that down as a category. Kicks. Kane takes a seat, orders a hefty point.
He asked for his pint with a lot of head.
Yeah, hefty head on that.
Why?
That's what he likes.
He's missed that effervescent pop.
He likes to have it in his mustache.
When you go to the bar, you want half a beer with a bunch of foam on top of it?
I think maybe that's the trick, right? Is to be able to not have like a super foamy one, but
You haven't said that you hate this guy yet, but you've already given 3 things to say you hate this guy.
Yeah, he kicks too much. He orders his beer the wrong way. I hate things about him.
Kron hates tough guy
He's
characters
he's
because
in
they're
a mood
tougher than
tonight.
him.
He's in a
You know what?
mood.
How about this? I would like to pay for a foot-long Subway sandwich, but only give me 6 inches and just roll up the paper into a ball on the other end.
That's a weird way to make an order, but if that's
Yeah.
what you like.
Yeah, it's a weird way to order a sandwich. It's a weird way to order a beer.
Maybe the head is different in England, dude.
How?
You want a hefty head on like a Guinness, right?
I don't. I want the most amount of beer in my cup.
Because you're a capitalist, American.
Nobody's cheating me, dude.
All right, he orders a beer with a hefty head. That's what he likes. Leave him fucked alone. Gee, I would like you to get on to Scott Adkins for ordering his beer with a hefty head and see how that turns out.
1/3 of beer for me, Bez.
Worst character in this movie.
You mean the one female?
I don't even acknowledge her at all through this plot.
Wow.
So, I call her bartender. All right, he turns around. He starts listening in on some guy tell a story about a guy named Rook losing his hand and that another member of the crew is missing. And that's why the boss has put a curfew on him. This guy's name is Toon. He tells the story of what happened that night. Rook got fucked up, or him and Rook got fucked up pretty much. Toon says Rook and him were working and some nutta was eye fucking them. So Rook went over to chat with him. And the next thing you know, Rook is on his knees. Toon says he went over.
Because he got hurt, not because he's blowing somebody listener watch the movie and figure it out.
Thank you, Kron, for clearing that up.
Just wanted to cut it off before the idea had a chance to take root.
Thank you. Toon says he went over to knock this guy around, but he ran, and that he noticed that Rook's hand had been cut off, and the guy was nowhere to be found. Toon says he ran after the guy, but when he returned, Rook was dead. Kane starts just laughing at this, and this kind of gets the attention of all the goons that are in the pub there. The guys start asking, who the fuck is this bloke? Kane says he's an old friend of Lincoln's. They ask how his face got all fucked up, because our main character does have scars. He has some fucking like platinum teeth.
It's just rude. Like this guy, like, just talk about a guy's face like that. It's fucked up.
Why'd your face get fucked up? You playing with a dildo? Yeah, I bowled it off your dad. That's what Kane says to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Also playing way too hard with that dildo. That's what caused it.
There should never be sharp ends on a dildo.
Mm-mm. I think we can all agree on that, right? Right, Bones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to answer too quickly. You know, I didn't want to rule anything out. But
Public service.
having never
5
used a
rounds.
dildo, I'm just going off of common sense, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
How come
and
you've
I've
never
seen
used a
7.
dildo?
How come I've never used a dildo?
Yeah.
Answer the man, Bones.
It's a legit question.
You asked that the same way. You say, how have you never seen The Godfather?
All right. You can
I don't
of an
think
answer.
I don't think the default is dildo.
All right. Kane tells Toon he doesn't look like a tough guy. Our bartender, Bev, here, she keeps the peace. And Kane says he's just having a laugh and that he's sorry. He turns it back around. The goons discuss among themselves on if they should fuck Kane up, but decide that since he's Lincoln's friend and Lincoln invited him, that it's best to keep it civil. Toon continues his story about Rook, but Kane calls bollocks on it. Toon comes at him. Oh, you finally found your ball, did you? You think it's time to tell your mates what really happened? Kane says, let me fancy you with what really happened while I finish my point. All right, we cut to that night. Rook and Toon are working. Probably selling drugs. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Rook sees someone staring at him. He goes over to see what's up. The man knocks Rook down, cuts his hand off, and looks towards Toon. Toon runs away like a little bitch.
I really would like
Scared.
to get your options on other things that they could be doing, presumably.
What do you mean? They could be gigolos. I don't know.
Okay. So they're either selling their bodies, selling
Pimps.
drugs, or, okay, they could be pimps.
The bouncers.
Oh. Yeah, we don't really know. We don't see what they're kind of standing against. Yeah.
Okay.
Could be a bridge. It could be taking toll.
Okay. Now let me also throw this out. The fact that we see a guy come up, there's an exchange of cash and some sort of product.
Uh-huh.
Mary Kate.
Okay. You got me. Could have
They
been
could
Tupperware,
be-
but I didn't hear the burp.
It could be selling fake drugs, like a little crushed up drywall in a bag.
Up. Could be Mormons. Yeah.
I think they come to your house.
Not in England. You go to
It's
them.
different in the UK.
No, I don't think that's right.
That's why they came to the States.
Yeah, it's more
Because
respectful.
nobody was going to them.
What you mean I can have magic underwear?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. You mean the devil and the law were brothers?
How's that underwear work?
Beyond me. It's magical.
I don't know, man. You're the one that needs to get a Mormon guest on.
I don't wear underwear.
Well, if you were Mormon, you would.
Mm-mm.
So you're not a Mormon.
One
He's
more
not Mormon.
barrier between me and God, dude.
Wait, you got to meet God naked?
We're all going to be naked in heaven, dude.
I don't think so. I think it's whatever you're wearing.
Yeah, I think it's what you're born in.
It's nothing.
It's naked.
Yeah.
No, I think the woman eats a bunch of cotton balls. And when the baby comes out.
That's how the underwear works?
Yeah, it's got a little underwear on it.
Is this real?
Yeah, it's fucking sinful for a doctor to see a naked baby. So.
No wonder we kicked the Mormons at him.
Why do they even want to see naked babies, dude?
I know. It's fucking sick, right?
Bunch of perverts.
Cut back to the pub. The
Chewing
kids
these
figure out.
umbilical cords with their teeth, looking at they slap these little butts.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that anymore.
Why aren't we stop? Oh, okay, I guess we did stop them. I bet they're still slapping these fucking underground doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find that authentic doctor. Still
These
slaps that ass.
Deep South backwater doctors,
Back
dude.
in my day, we slapped our babies' butts.
They're still slapping those butts.
I'll be delivering your baby with one hand and a rattlesnake in my other. Go on now, push, girl.
Is that a Kid Rock lyric?
I mean, it should be. Trademark. Copyright. Back at the
Copywriting
pub.
Kid Rock songs.
Did anybody see that fucking video where he was like, "You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me"?
No.
I'll send it to you. Jesus. It's like, sit down, Bob.
It's so easy to say now that the shooter's dead.
Sit down, Bob. What if he was just a vice president? Then if he announced that Kid Rock was his vice president, I would have voted for him. I'd have been like, all right, fuck it. It's like, fuck it. How did he not think of Kid Rock to be his vice president?
He was probably on the short list, I would guess.
How the fuck? Sir, I think you should ball with the ball. And put K-Rock on that fucking ticket. Bones is like, I don't know. You got a point. Maybe.
No, I'm not. It's just one step closer to idiocracy, dude.
We're already there. Dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was 2016.
He's somehow worse than Macho Camacho.
All right, back at the pub. The goons figure out that Kane is the guy that killed Rook. Yeah, I killed him. And what the fuck you gonna do about it? Bev here tells Kane that he's cut off for the evening. And he better leave before shit hits the fan. As she says this, the doors burst open. The goons that he took out to get into the pub try taking out Kane, but he makes short work of them. Blasts a shot-off shotgun into the ceiling to calm everybody down. Kane pushes everybody back. Out comes Hyde, complaining about all the noise. Kane pushes him over to the rest of the gang, but Hyde recognizes him. The prodigal son returns.
None of these guys have guns.
Not in the pub.
Guns aren't as prevalent in, well, A, the pub, yeah, and then B, like, guns aren't as prevalent over there.
They're like low-life criminals, though, right?
Yeah, they use just
man,
little knives
hey.
and stuff.
You don't know these guys.
Yeah.
I think they're low-life criminals.
Jeez, Kron.
I think between the 8 of them, they should have one gun.
Do you hate the UK?
Yeah, dude. We fucking left. We got out of there. Fuck the king, dude.
I'm sorry to all the UK listeners. You can send Kron all the hate messages you want on our Discord.
Yeah, if you can figure out how a computer works, fucking dipshits.
Jesus. Kron.
What?
No, they write their fucking hate mail with like a quill and shit.
Yeah, a little fucking feather. By candlelight.
Send it on some fucking perfume scented.
We had an offer to
Parchment.
do a tour there, but now this is going to be canceled.
Bring
you
it.
know all the letters are getting smudged from their frilly shirt sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
The gang asks who the fuck this is, and Hyde says it's Lincoln's baby brother. So Lincoln and Kane are related. Hyde explains to the gang that Kane did a job for them and wound up in prison.
You think Lincoln raised Kane?
Is that a reference to the billionaire Bruce Springsteen? Or did I do that on my own? I did that on my own. Okay. Point Dan. Adam raised a Cain. Adam raised a Cain.
Dan, what the fuck are you talking about?
Jesus fuck. Why do I do this show every week?
I think Dan's got a little too much head on his pint, dude.
No, I think you guys maybe know more Bob Dylan than you know Bruce Springsteen. And that fucking makes me sad. Okay?
This is what I said. Do you think Lincoln raised Kane?
And I thought you
As
were
in,
making a Bruce Springsteen
If
joke
it were
of-
present tense, it would be Lincoln is raising Kane.
Oh,
like the chicken place?
like the Brian De Palma movie.
There you go.
Oh, that's what we call a 620, I think.
I don't know. I
know.
was just trying to get something
I
positive.
think
with
it's
Kron.
720. Whenever you go around that many times. 6, you would have stopped somewhere before
Yeah, I
you came
can't
that
fully
was
back
the
around.
point
Couldn't
of the
get that
fucking
last
joke.
100.
The 620 was the point of the joke.
We've been at
I
it
think-
so long, we're explaining the jokes now.
I think this would have been better with John Lithgow in the main role, if that's what we're getting at.
Like his age now?
Hell yeah, dude. Whenever this movie was filmed.
Hey, it would have solved 2 Kron problems. It would have added Lithgow, and there would have been far fewer kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Then he would have loved the main character.
For all thirds of the movie.
Hyde explains to the gang that Kane did a job for him, wound up in prison. Fuck me, it looks like someone set your head on fire and put it out with a shovel. Kane says they're having a lock-in, so he locks all the doors. One group rushes Kane at the bar.
Yeah, one of the door guards rushes him,
And he shoots him.
blasts
blows
his
his-
fucking leg off.
Blows his foot off with a shotgun.
Brutal.
This
Yeah,
guy's
apparently-
done. He never comes back in the movie.
Apparently they were having trouble getting that right, so they sent somebody down to the local meat market to get a piece of meat, and that did it. Made it
Hopefully no
look good.
dogs chased him on the way.
And it digs.
That's how they
Kane-
carry their meat over there, dude. They put it in the back of their pants and they run down the street.
Kane is smart here. He takes all the gang's mobiles. Those are cell phones in the UK. Toon is still in doubt that Kane killed Rook, so Kane throws a bag on the table.
Are those pickled eggs? Is that what's in the jar?
Yes.
Have you guys ever had those? I haven't.
No, never had.
I don't think I've ever had a pickled egg.
Okay.
I don't trust that.
I would
from
try one.
that.
Yeah, I would
guess
too.
yeah. Why not?
Oof.
I like pickles.
Uh,
I like eggs. Why not?
for a pickle.
It's
in
just
this
gonna
podcast.
be it's gonna be an egg, but a little sour.
Yeah,
I
what's
could
your
do that.
reservation, Dan?
It's just the location. Like you go into a gas station sometimes and you see pickled eggs, and I'm like, who is buying that?
The Brits that come over here for vacation?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's just the look. If I showed up to one of your houses and you were like, "Hey, I'm doing pickled eggs," I'd be like, "Okay, I'll try one." Yes, but it can't be a public place.
You
Why
think
would I
they
be
got
doing-
different flavors?
No, I'm sure the water's different everywhere. You know,
Like Cadbury eggs?
Mm-hmm.
is that British or is that American?
Cadbury sounds pretty fucking British to me.
Sounds British, but
Cadbury egg is like a chocolate egg with goo inside of it.
I know what the fuck it is.
Okay, well
I'm
then you
asking
should know
where
that
it's
it's
from.
British.
Is it, or is it just a marketing campaign?
No, it is.
All right. Have you looked this up? Because Bones is looking this up right now.
I already
You're
know
gonna
it.
be wrong twice tonight, Kron. That's 2 that you're gonna be wrong. Bones, update us when you get it.
Yeah.
All right. Toon opens the bag. It's Rook's fucking hand. So it was Kane that killed Rook. Kane makes the gang sit down. Hyde asks Kane if prison turned him into a stone cold killer. Kane says, "No, you and my brother did." Kane hits Hyde and tells him that he's going to take pleasure in cracking his fucking skull open.
Originated from the British chocolatier Fry's in 1963 before it used to be Fry's Cream Egg. Then it was rebranded in 71 as the Cadbury. Or
All right.
Cadbury.
Kron's 1-1.
Looks like you were fucking wrong, Dan.
Cadbury.
Okay, I admit it. I'm admitting I'm wrong. Kron, it's 1-1. Okay. 50%. Hyde calls Lincoln to get him to the pub. Everyone settles in and listens to how Kane received all of his scars.
Hey, wait. When I was wrong, you said I had to take my shirt off. You have to use the sharp dildo.
Bones has to send it to my house.
I'm clearly on the record, I've never used one.
The last time I checked the Apple tag on it, it said your house. So I don't know. Just saying. Not saying, but I'm saying. Okay.
It's fucking
hate-
It's fucking psycho, dude. That's
I
psycho
hate
shit. that you-
technology. Stop tagging your dildos. Use them, and when you're done with them, throw them on the side of the highway like everybody else does.
The emotional attachment Dan must have to this fucking sharp dildo.
It was expensive. Okay.
It's a fraction of a real dildo.
But
You
it's
shaved-
sharp.
You shaved all the sides down on it.
No, I bought it that way.
I know, but that's less material. That goes back to Kron's point about more head means less beer. A sharper
The guy-
dildo means less fullness.
The guy only makes $120 a year, dude.
He probably
okay.
makes 2 or 3 regular dildos and then slices them in half.
That's a lot. 120? How many normal dildos are
Is it
getting
10 a
made?
month?
Each a year. No, each year's different.
2.5
different
a
color
week?
variations,
Okay.
you know. It's just like a fucking vinyl. The color. Look him up. He's an artist, okay?
Is it Jack White?
Your,
It might be.
your dildo's still alive.
This is Third Man Records dildo. Everyone settles in, listens to Kane, how he got these scars. You and my brother basically carved each one of these scars into my flesh.
Oh, that explains why Dan called the dildo the balls and biscuit.
Here's a dildo design I stole from the 1920s. It's mine now.
Is Ball
Everybody
and
likes
Biscuit,
it.
is that a Jack White solo song or is that a Black or White Stripes song?
That's a White Stripes song, right?
Okay, I'll give you credit.
Ball and biscuit.
I wasn't going to call you a loser. Because nobody listens to Solo, Jack White. Jack White, we love you.
I think millennial chicks do.
Not us, dude. Not us.
Are you're a millennial woman?
No, I don't care about anybody but us. Like, fuck everybody else.
Okay.
They're all fucking stupid. They don't know what they're talking about. We're way fucking cooler than any of you fucks out there. But thank you for listening.
With our
Please
sharp
rate and review the
dildos
show.
and our Cadbury Egg knowledge.
That's a lot of words to say I love you, Dan, but the sentiments appreciated.
I love you, listeners. Thank you. Thank you for getting us over the 20K, baby. Woo! Yeah! That's it. It only took goddamn 7 motherfucking years. We have a flashback here of Kane having a chat with his brother. Lincoln and his associate are not happy that Kane won a fight that he was supposed to drop. Kane ignores all that and he's like, look, I got a business proposal, man. But Lincoln ain't buying it. He says, look, dude, I don't lend money to fucking family. But if you do something for me, or if I do something for you, you better do something for me. And then I'll lend you the cash. Lincoln tells him to go see Hyde for all the details.
All right. Here's another thing with these British movies. In a lot of these, it seems like they have the best boxer alive, and they're always like, let's bet all of our money against him. Would just start betting on the good fighter.
Kron, I almost called you Kane. I feel like you're only basing that off of one movie.
Well, and Avengement now.
All right, I get it. You got 2 movies. Fuck.
To be fair, they didn't know how good Pitt was in Snatch.
They knew it after the first fight that they saw him in.
I know, but he had to make it right. That was why they...
Why not
Technically,
just say, let's bet
He
on
wasn't a
this
Brit, though.
fucking gypsy boxer? He can punch anyone out in one hit.
You can't question
That's-
Snatch, dude.
But that's why they would make more money, because people are probably... The odds are better, right?
Bet against it to make the larger sum.
Yeah.
I mean, how... The guy has a 1-0 record? It doesn't seem like...
Well,
he's been in one
you just said that you said
boxing
after
match?
one fight, he's a badass because he knocked the guy out.
Gorgeous
I'm
Jones.
following your logic.
Yeah, but there's only a small group of people that know about that. So then you just start pumping money into him.
But what if he loses?
He's not going to lose, dude. He can knock anybody out in one hit.
Look, dude. Frankie fucking Four Fingers has a stone the size of a fucking fist. I don't know. Back at Hyde's office, Kane gets more shit about winning the fight. Hyde gives him a simple job. Steal a blue plastic bag from a lady who's picking it up later today. Once you do that, bring it back to the office. Hyde says if she gives you any trouble, knock her out. Kane's like, I can do this. Easy. Back at the pub. Hyde is bored with this story, but we find out it was a simple job. All right, find out it was a simple job, or this simple job sent Kane to prison. The filthiest, most violent, godforsaken prison in England, apparently. Kane gets processed into prison and says he didn't have a criminal record, but the judge sent him there anyway for some reason. Kane gets into his first prison brawl with a very large man. Hand-to-hand combat till Kane takes advantage, but someone also shanks him from behind.
This is the guy that bumps into him and says, say, excuse me, cunt.
Excuse me,
And he said,
cunt.
cunt. Yeah, the guy just... You left him open for that. That's a Kron level retort,
Move.
you know? Yeah.
This guy is like a professional boxer. So whenever Atkins was actually like going hand to hand with him, he's like, we got to be careful. Okay. So he didn't want to fucking tussle with him too much.
Yeah.
He takes this dude out and more prisoners pour in to jump Kane. The prison guards finally get there, but not before they make Kane bite the stairs and smash his teeth in. Yeah? What do you guys think of that?
It's fucking brutal, man. They show the teeth pop.
Yeah, my wife was like, "Ugh," like turned away.
Yeah, it's always fucked up to see a curb stomp.
I will say, though, this movie's very violent, but it's not mean. You know what I mean? Like, this is far less, like, it sits with me far less than, like, American History X, like that curb stomp. You know, that. And
there's not much hate behind it.
Yeah, and there's a movie that I'm sure Kron is going to want to bring up about that involves prison and a guy beating the shit out of a bunch of people. That movie is fucking mean in a fun way, but it's still mean. This is just...
I think that's the point of that movie, though.
No, I understand. I mean, that's the point of the ultra violence in Clockwork Orange or something, right? It just sits a little different.
My brother.
Yeah. This is a means to an end and to show how brutal it is, but when you're watching it, you know what I mean? It's like it's not quite like Jackie Chan fun fighting, but it's not what's his name? Craig Zwoller.
Yeah, Craig Zoller.
You know, it's like it's a happy medium of the two.
It's all filmed in this movie a little bit more like an action movie would play out, where there is a kind of like a separation of reality from it, you know?
I think some of the hits are pretty brutal, but I think that's just editing.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. They feel more like choreographed in a way, though. I feel like in Cell Block 99, when he fights that first guard, it's like pretty sloppy and just kind of like he's hitting him with a shoe at one point. You know, it's just kind of like, this is all the shit that I would actually have that I could use in a fight. So,
you think he's hitting him with his best shot?
Yeah. He yelled, "Fire away."
You heard it here, folks. Kane receives silver, platinum, whatever type of metal they put in his face for these teeth, and all kinds of likes. And he kind of likes them. That's what that note says.
And all kind of likes. Instagram blew up when he posted those.
Because it makes him look scary as fuck. Kane has a visit with his mom. His mom says she's talking to the lawyers, but she ain't got no money. She says Lincoln won't help him either because it's Kane's own fault that he got fucking put in jail. Kane says he's never heard nothing from Lincoln.
Lincoln sucks, dude.
It's terrible.
He's just he's a big brother trying to teach a lesson.
If you guys go to jail, I'll do everything I possibly can to get you the fuck out.
I will put a bounty on your head.
Dan, would you put a sharp dildo baked inside of a cake so I could cut my way out?
Oh, yeah. I'd give you guys conjugal visits. If you wanted my butt, I'd let you have it.
I just got this, like a vision of a guy with a, like sawing through a bar.
With a sharp dildo.
Yeah, with a dildo.
The rubber balls just flopping back and forth.
All right. I was on my own. It was clear I was going to have to look after myself. Kane gets into a fight with two dudes with all right, they both have shanks. And he takes a shank to the face.
This is the one where they lock him in.
Yeah,
they bottleneck him.
Grab the shank from the top.
There's this I think has him getting punched, and there's a great like blood spray out of his mouth, like on a bulletin board.
Yeah,
and I think there's a fight later on a bulletin board behind them. There's a sign that says no bully zone.
It's good shit.
That's good shit.
Like I said, good. I'm not going to do justice to the hand-to-hand combat that takes place in this movie. So please, it's on Netflix. Go watch it.
It's a good movie.
Hey.
It's like 90-something minutes.
I think this is the best part of it, too. All the prison stuff is pretty, like, fun and entertaining. I did point out a bunch of stuff I didn't like up top, but all this is real good.
Okay, so that's 1 compared to your 43 other negatives.
I mean, I think when I was watching this, I was like, I just like movies where people fight in prison.
Yeah.
I think so.
Are you just trying to prepare yourself? Have you done something that you're just...
No,
what are you doing?
I would be so scared to go. I would eat a bullet, dude.
100%. Yes.
I'd kill
There's
myself.
no way.
Totally. Yeah.
I will...
All right.
I will stick my tongue out and slam my chin on the table at sentencing.
Hail Satan. Kane gets another year added to his sentence for this. Kane decides that if he's going to make it through this prison sentence in one piece, he's going to have to treat it like a fight. So he starts training. We get a nice highlight reel of prison training. He's kind of in a cell, shadow boxing. Bam, 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 bam. Fucking bring it on.
Him doing his own, like, taxi driver shit talking is pretty funny. Classic fucking dips on, like, the
he
bed
like flips
frame
over 2 bed frames. Yeah.
Adkins looks great, man. He's probably
Dude's in shape.
he's like what, 5'10", so he's not massive, but he's lean
And
like,
lean.
Oh yeah.
Back at the pub, Kane explains to the gang that mind is also needed, not just muscle. Mind can be made callous as fuck. Bodily pain can do that. So I learned how to take pain. Back into prison, we get a yard fight, which is in progress. Kane fights a group of inmates. He explains to the pub gang that he couldn't figure out why every motherfucker in the place wanted him dead. But Kane learns from another inmate that he beats the shit out of that his brother is offering 20 grand on his head to anyone that kills Kane in prison.
This is the guy with the Bones level tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a guy in a fight later on that's got Bones hair. I was like, damn, dude, I'll look cool in prison. I can do dips. I get fucking deep, dude. I get full stretch.
Mm-hmm.
How many dips can you do right now? Not nicotine.
I could probably do 11 body weight dips. My body weight. I mean, you haven't done one yet.
Yeah,
I'm off the chair.
1/5 of a rep.
Oh, fuck you guys.
You gotta go.
You guys didn't get up.
Your shoulders gotta
Yeah.
be at your wrist, bro.
It's the chair I'm in. It's just a chair that I
Okay,
have.
but
I can't help that.
Okay, okay.
No credit. No fucking credit here.
Well, yeah, you didn't do a rep, so
I've lost
I can't
6
give you
pounds.
credit for one.
I've lost 6 pounds. I haven't gotten any fucking comments tonight. Fuck.
You wore a shirt tonight. We have no point of reference.
I've not been wrong yet, so I haven't had to take it off.
You were wrong earlier about
Kron took
Cadbury
his
eggs.
fucking pants off instead of his shirt.
I'm trying to think
It's
when
hot
the
up
last
here,
time. What I like to do is I like to I walk over to the bench and I grab one of the chains and I take that when I do dips and I put that over my neck.
Oh.
I like that, puts me in a little bit more chest advantageous position, and then you don't have to deal with the belt.
Where's the sharp dildo at on
Well,
you?
I was going to say it makes busting all the better, too, when you got that chain around your neck.
Yeah, I'm not choking myself with it. I mean,
Are you
maybe
sure?
maybe I should turn it around, I guess.
You tie one end of it to a pull-up bar.
Yeah.
And the other end around your neck.
And then you just smooth criminal and lean forward.
What workout's that, dude?
Shut up.
Shh.
Concentrating.
So like your neck? What is?
It's a full body release.
They would be more interested to see if it was like a new workout instead of if you were okay.
Annie, are you okay? Did you ever sing Danny, Are You Okay?
To who, Danny?
No, to you.
No.
You
I'm not
forget your
Danny.
name?
I'm Dan.
In the mirror, dipshit.
No. Why would I? I've never in my life called me Danny. Ever.
There wasn't even a period where people tried it? Your parents didn't even try it?
Not my parents. Maybe somebody was like, I always get like, oh, your first name's Richard. I'm going to call you Dick. And that never stuck. Because I don't stick to dick, bruh.
Can we get back to the movie, Danny?
Take it back, Kron. Take it back before I start using your full name. Can you put a rewind on his voice, Bones?
I just did it.
Yeah.
We cut back to the pub, and Kane questions Hyde on why the fuck his brother set him up. Hyde says he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Kane goes on with the story. My daily existence became about survival. We get Kane fighting inmates in the cafeteria. We get a pretty nice fight here, but as Kane is kicking ass, someone sneaks in with prison napalm and throws it in Kane's face.
Fun reuse of the space here. That they obviously only had like this prison set that was just like these cells, like these 2 floors. So the cafeteria is just tables in this lobby.
It's like 5 tables, yeah.
Yeah.
Kron, did you look up how to make prison napalm?
Didn't need to.
Okay. All right, that's on the Discord, folks. Join it if you want that recipe. We get some nice cuts of napalm being made. With his face melting off, Kane is still able to take this guy out, which is pretty sweet. Is this the... no, that's in the pub. Never mind. For this incident, Kane gets 2 more years added onto his sentence. Kane continues to train and fight as the years go on.
Who's the biggest villain in this
shanked
movie?
again.
The fucking warden or Lincoln? Because this warden is fucking agitating.
Well, this is all coming from Lincoln, so...
Okay.
Yeah, the warden might be getting kickbacks or something.
Ooh.
Kane gets shanked again. He kills another man. He gets another year added to his sentence. Train, fight. Kane has another visit with his mom. This is 3 years later now. Kane says there's something he needs to tell her about Lincoln, but his mom tells him she's got the cancer.
I definitely have cancer.
So he decides not to tell his mom about Lincoln. Back at the pub, Kane brings he brings it up to date on how he escaped the hospital. We go back to the hospital of Kane being escorted out of the building. We get the elevator of him fighting the officers and how he escaped.
I have a question here that maybe you guys can answer. So after he takes out the 2 guards, he's knocked them out. He grabs a fire extinguisher and kind of hits the guard. And then the keys fall out, and he grabs the keys and undoes the handcuffs. Was he trying to use the fire extinguisher to break the handcuffs or break the guy? Or was he just knocking out the guard?
I thought he was either trying to break the handcuffs or smash all the bones in the guy's hand.
Yeah, that's...
to like slip the cuff off.
Well, the key falls out, so I don't know if maybe he had the key... Which he was knocked out, so I don't know why. Yeah, he just couldn't open his hand.
It seemed like a weird, it seemed unnecessary at that point.
It seemed like they wanted to go the broken hand, like slip the cuff off thing. But I don't know. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too. Kane steals some clothes off some bloke and makes his way to the pub. Hyde says, well, what a great story. 2 blokes from the gang say they need to take a piss. Piss in the bottles in, Kane says. Fuck that, I have to have a shit, says Toon. They piss in the bottles.
They stand next to each other.
Yeah.
Is that to create the feeling as though they're in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Like
they're at 2 urinals.
Hyde says he's sick of Kane's bullshit. Kane makes Hyde get on his knees and say, you'll be next if you don't shut up. Hyde says, I never remembered you being so gangsta. I've come a long way since the blue bag days. And we've come a long way, so let's take a pee. Welcome back, 5D Army. We're in the middle of Avengement from 2019. The second movie, and we're doing Kron, ain't we? And if you're just joining us, well, thanks. I don't know why, but go back to the beginning.
Oh, it's a perfect time to join us, Dan, because it's time for the Hustler Minute.
Oh, yeah.
For this sweet week.
She must be hot.
It's a sweet week, baby, because I have selected Rosie.
Whoa.
Oh, my.
Not bashful, is she?
Not bashful at all, and she has zero reason to be. Like Kane's preferred method of a pint, this lady's got a thick head on her. Beautiful brunette. And we might have some record-setting breasts here, my man, because Rosie is sitting at a 48, 24, 36.
Holy.
5'4", 114 pounds. She was born in 1966. Rosie says that her large breasts only get in the way when she wants to get close to her man. Quote, then again, isn't that the way it's supposed to be? End quote. For exclusive one-on-one with other girls, call 1-800-775-5885. And here's the back of the card for you. Not as much exposed on the back. But this does highlight those hefty discs. I mean, we're talking, you could put the kettle on those bad boys.
I think Rosie is gaslighting herself a little bit. She's convinced herself that her big breasts are supposed to be a hindrance to her life.
That's why they love her, though.
I mean, it's a vicious circle.
And that was your Hustler Minute. Back to you, Dan.
All right, we get a flashback of what Kane went to prison for here. Kane waits for this lady to come out with a blue bag. He snags the bag and runs off. But this lady, she fucking takes chase as well, dude. She's like, you're not getting away with what I got.
He's kind of being a dick in this scene, right?
What I got? Can you get the bag?
He's like taunting her and shit.
I mean, he's a boxer. She's an older lady, but she is keeping up, you know? Give her some cred.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he just ran like a trained boxer could probably do.
He's not really taunting her as much as he's like, stop chasing me, right? Why are you chasing?
Yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm going to leave your bag here.
Yeah. He's trying. He's trying to be as good as he can.
I guess.
He's trying to buy a gym, Kron.
Seemed like a part where he was like, oh, you're going to chase me? He kind of turns around and does like a little bit of that shit.
That's what I do when you chase me.
I've caught you, dude.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have.
I'm fucking fast. I'm fast as fuck.
You're not fast. You're not as fast as you think you are.
I can beat you in a race.
I don't know, dude.
Cut to 4 weeks in Discord.
You better start training.
Yeah.
I don't need to train.
Are we doing
Dan Kron foot race at next Buds.
Are we doing short distance or long distance?
What is your long distance?
5K?
No, we're not doing a fucking 5K.
Dude, I
Fuck
could
that.
smoke your ass in a 5K.
Nah, we'll do short distance.
Yeah, that seems like what you'd say.
That's what I'm going to beat you in. I'm going to beat your fucking pants off, dude.
All right, we'll do one short race and one long race.
I'm not doing long. I don't do long run.
You'd be fucking laying on the side,
I'll fucking
holding your
smoke
sides
cigarettes. I'll smoke cigarettes while I'm racing you.
together. All right, dude. Eat your
All right.
words.
All right.
He's going to eat fucking gravel when he trips on the third
Yeah.
step.
Kron, it looks like you got a race war on your hands. No?
All right, it's funny. I didn't have a good follow-up.
Okay. As this chase continues, eventually this lady gets hit by a car, and the coppers catch up to Kane and arrest his ass. At the police station, we got a detective here that informs Kane that the lady died, but he's more interested in the scam that his brother Lincoln is running.
And now Dan will explain this scheme to you perfectly so you
It's
listener
called-
will understand.
It's called a cuckoo scam. So basically, this lady that they're stealing this bag from was part of this scam, but she did not want to participate in Lincoln's scam here. So the police were watching her, and now she's ended up dead. Not good news for Kane. The detective explains that the scam is basically the gang comes, offers somebody in trouble a chance to do them a favor and get them out of trouble by earning some money. But eventually they end up taking advantage of the family by robbing them as they're supposed to drop off the money. So they're doubling down. And eventually they end up taking over the family's property and assets. So that's basically what the scam is. Kane says he knows nothing about this. The detectives makes it clear he wants to put Lincoln away, but Kane says that means bullocks to him. We get a large officer here, a muscular officer, who takes Kane into another room to jog his memory a little by beating the shit out of him. But Kane does put up a pretty good fight, even though he's handcuffed. But the dude pretty much beats the shit out of Kane. Yeah?
That is what happens, yeah.
All right. Back at the pub, Lincoln finally shows up. He's a little...
I do think they could have cast a potato for the cop, though.
Wouldn't have been that hard to find
Yeah.
over there, dude. Literally open the door.
I really wished it would have been John Travolta as the Bobby. Oh my God, that would have been so cool.
The Quine. We're gonna see the Quine on Abbey Road.
Lincoln is a little taken aback by seeing his brother, surprised. Lincoln tries to pull all that matters is that you're here and that we're family and whatever you need, just let me know. And Kane ain't buying that shit.
He's gaslighting him like that lady with her huge knockers.
Kane makes him strip down to make
That's
sure
why I
there
picked
ain't,
it.
ain't hiding any weapons. Lincoln tries to talk some sense into Kane, but Kane says, you ain't in charge of me anymore.
It's good casting on Lincoln because his face is like a fucking asshole face. Like, just like his natural... Like,
Kind of like me.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit worse. Because when you smile and your
I'll
mood
take it.
changes, you brighten up. But this guy kind of smirks. He looks even more dickish. That's not fair to the potato playing the character, but
We've been watching The Bear, and the guy that plays cousin on there, who's
Richie.
apparently in the Fantastic Four now. I learned today.
Yeah,
I was
he's gonna be
telling my
Ben
wife
Grimm.
the other night. I'm like, this dude looks like a fucking toenail, like a fucking toe with a fucking beard. And she's like, I can't get that out of my head now. He's good though. It's a good show. The Bear, not bad.
Who's he playing?
Oh, he plays cousin.
I mean, in Fantastic Four.
Oh, I don't know.
Ben Grimm.
I just realized he was there.
The Thing.
Is he the Thing, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because the guy from Stranger Things is playing Johnny Storm.
They should have got a big guy for the Thing.
I mean, he's tall.
They should call Louis Anderson and see if he's available.
He's dead, Kron.
It's clobbering time.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he's not available then, is he?
I guess not.
That was probably call number 1, and then they ended up with this guy.
You would be a terrible casting director.
Why? I know how to pick the right people.
I think
They're
as
just-
long as you pulled that them out of the 3-ring binder, you would constantly be asked or told oh, that person died. But as long as you pulled them out of your booklet, you'd be okay.
Let's go see the casting guy. His name's Kron. He's gonna say
All right, Dr. Doom,
phase.
John Lithgow.
He's gonna say Christmas Hollywood Presents.
John
first. He always does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could get John Hamm in there.
That was
I
the
don't
last.
know.
That was the last rumor I read.
Hamm's kind of, I feel like he's dwindled.
Yeah.
Did that
Really?
Fletch thing that nobody cared about.
Well,
He's got nominated for an Emmy for Fargo.
it was a COVID thing, man.
All right.
He'd never get down on an actor from Missouri, man.
He was just,
come on.
he was too iconic as Draper.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to bring him in
He's
on other
in
stuff.
Fucking Baby Driver. He was in Bridesmaids.
I don't think he's that good in Baby Driver.
I've never seen.
I don't think
Baby Driver.
He
for a
can't.
second time.
He can't
Just
really.
that once.
It's not right. You know who's great in that is fucking Jamie Foxx.
That movie's pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't like it that much.
It's not that great.
He set a really high bar with Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch The World's End?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that.
It gets better on rewatch. It's just so fucking dark.
Guess I need to do a rewatch.
We might be watching it for the third movie in this category.
Oh, the gang gets Lincoln caught up on all the shit that Kane's been doing. Lincoln says, "You're not thinking straight." Kane says, "I've been living with the threat of violence over my head 24/7 for the last fucking 7 years." Kane goes through his prison
So they have
resume.
24 hours in a day over there too?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
All right. He shows the results.
I think they put
with,
that line in for a Western audience, to be honest with you.
He shows the results with the current state of his face. Lincoln says prison has turned you into a psychopath. No, you did with your 20K that you put on my head.
The King's Day ends at hour 22.
Lincoln says, well, that's what you get for grassing. Because grassing means snitching, telling.
I learned that from Rock and Rolla.
Nice. A movie that could be covered here on this fine category.
I learned it from Laundry Day and Right Now.
Thanks, Kron.
It's an educational podcast, dude.
We're number one in education.
Make sure to put that little E on it so everybody knows it's educational.
Yeah, that little E stands for educational. How many times have we said cunt tonight? Not enough. Are you guys giving me a cunt?
It's allowed in the spirit of like because of the subject matter. It's like why there can be tits in National Geographic.
So your next category is called National Geographic. Gotcha.
That would be a good category, huh?
Gotcha.
Is that just like movies? What's the category?
Movies with tits.
Okay. Can do.
Maybe
dude.
maybe the category would be like not educational movies, but like serious movies with tits, not in like a
Well,
like-
then it should be
like
called
a drama-
Serious Movies
like-
with Tits.
like a drama with tits.
Like sad tits.
a drama with
Yeah,
tits.
like Julianne Moore, Helen Hunt kind of tits, like business tits.
These are all great names for categories.
Business tits?
Business tits. That has to be a movie somebody's wrote, right? It's probably a porn.
It could be.
That's a
yeah.
what is that? A 4DR?
Yeah, that's right.
That's a reference to the Discord. Please join it. There's a link on every episode that drops of 5-Day Rentals every Wednesday.
That'll be the Patreon. You sign up for the Patreon, you hear us cover
Business tits.
pornos.
Kane says,
2025
I
is going to
didn't-
be a big year for 5DR.
Well, it is a 5.
That's
So
I know.
has
It
to
makes sense.
Kane says, I didn't fucking say shit. Lincoln says you did because we had a Coozer on the inside. Guys, a Coozer is a fucking crooked cop. Okay?
I learned that from Rock and Rolla.
His name is Evans. This is the big guy that beat the shit out of him in the interrogation room with the detective. He said, Evans played you and fed you lies, says Kane. You trusted a bent copper over your own flesh and blood. Lincoln says, well, let's give Evans a bell and have him come down and talk for himself. Well, I don't think he's going to be answering that phone, mate, says Kane. Flashback. Kane walks into a nightclub. Evans finally notices him. Kane basically says, you set me up in prison by telling my brother I snitched on him. Get it on. The fight is on. Kane eventually finds a hammer and smashes Evans in the face, killing him.
It's awesome.
What's the cop get out of it?
What do you mean the cop?
Money.
He dies.
No, I mean, like, why does he spread these lies about Kane?
Because Kane put up a fight maybe against him?
I guess I could see that. It seems like why go to the trouble of just being a dick for no reason, you know?
Yeah, why do you guys do it?
Look, we've only hired 2 people to kill you, okay?
I'm just a piece of shit, Bones, so that's why
We
I
just-
do it.
We thought it'd be funny. It wasn't.
It's a waste of money. I mean,
Well, yeah. We did tell you it was like a GoFundMe for better studio equipment, but really it was just to hire somebody to kill you.
mhm.
And to be fair, it wasn't not funny because it was a clown that came after you.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
I mean, I did chuckle every time I punched him in the face and his nose honked.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Back at the pub, Lincoln tries to spin the tension in the room by asking Kane if he's seen Mum.
You're killing me, Bones.
What? That really wasn't my foot. He asks if he's seen Mum before she passed. He
Bow
says
tie
no.
Spins around.
How many times did that water
Made me
get
dizzy,
you in the
man.
eye?
Oh yeah, his little flower that squirts water.
Mhm.
Kane says he didn't get to see Mom before she passed because the fucking cops stopped for a latte before they went to the hospital.
He drove a regular car, though. It was kind of a bummer.
Like an Impala?
Yeah, it was like a regular full-size car, and it was just him inside of it. I was really bummed.
Did you expect him to have like a
as like a tiny little car, and I expected like 18 other clowns to be in there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But
You sat out there all night waiting?
yeah.
I know there's more. I know it. All right, it turns out Lincoln didn't see her before she died either. He said he was busy. But he did say that he's paying for all her care. Kane blames Lincoln for the prison, but Lincoln says, "You're the one that got busted. It's your own fucking fault, dude." Lincoln says, let's stop all this and we can make it better. Kane starts asking about all the people that he's fucked over, showing that he knows about the cuckoo scam that Lincoln's running. Lincoln says those people were all cunts, and that was just another day at the office. Hyde starts chiming in with his 2 cents, but Kane just blows his fucking head off with the sawed off.
So fucking satisfying.
Mm-hmm. Looks pretty good when his body hits the ground and it gives like a little flop. Yeah.
Kane shows Lincoln his accountant's phone. He says, "I think he's going to miss this." We get a flashback to Kane. He arrives at Stokes' house. Stokes is the accountant for Lincoln. Stokes asks, "How the fuck did you get out of prison?" And as he's doing this, he pulls a shotgun on him, but Kane is quick to take it away from him. Stokes tells Kane he's not part of what his brother's doing or what he did to him in prison, about the $20K on his head. Kane makes Stokes move all of Lincoln's money to the people that he's fucked over in this cuckoo scam. And if he does this, Kane says he'll let Stokes live. Back at a pub, Lincoln doesn't believe Kane, so he shows him on the cell phone Lincoln's account, which only has like 1,500 pounds in it, I guess now. It was 2 million. Kane says this is all for making him go to jail.
That's enough to buy a bike in 1985.
Like a Harley or like a Huffy?
Like a real fancy bike that
Yeah,
you
like
take to your new school in Los Angeles.
I'm not getting that reference, guys. Nope. Huh. Deep Rising?
It's from Tough Turf.
Oh. 5-star banger. Check out that episode.
one of us thought so.
That's good.
I liked it.
It's all right.
I like it.
I get it. It's fine.
I like that you bring, different movies to 5-star bangers. I respect that.
That's all I ever asked for.
Hey, Kron, I respect you.
Well,
Bones,
that kind
I
of
respect you.
that
Kind of
it doesn't mean as much anymore.
I was giving it to you, and then I know he was getting jealous, so I started with him first.
It's all right,
You know how he is. He'll fucking scratch out and pick a puppet movie. He just did it.
Yeah, I know how he is. I'll end up having to fight another fucking clown next week.
They're British puppet movies.
Fuck. Kane says he couldn't help but remember all the names of these people because they set him in court over and over again. And that made all his pain and suffering from prison make sense. We get a flashback. Kane is laid up in a prison hospital. The detective from earlier shows up and says, "Look, I don't know what your deal is, but it's your brother that's giving you all this trouble. Why don't you roll over on him?" Kane says that he'll roll over on him.
His tits are too big.
He's wearing a sharp dildo. It's
Bounce
kinda
right
hard.
off.
Giant
Kane's
tits, sharp dildo. What kind of prison are you guys running here?
It's a fucked up person.
You want a job or not?
All you got to do is press the button to unlock the door.
You want a job or not? Yes, obviously. I brought my business tits.
We've already wrote the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Kane says he'll roll over on Lincoln if he gets a chance to see his mom before she dies. This sets up all the chain of events that we just witnessed. This leaves only one thing left, gentlemen. One hell of a fucking pub fight.
God damn.
Bev, our bartender, smashes Kane in the back of the head with the bottle, and the fight begins. She also manages to throw out some weapons to all the goons that are still here listening to all this story.
No guns, though. Just a bunch of pipes
Nope.
and bats and
There's a gun
shit
coming.
like that.
No guns at the pub, Kron. Kane cuts through these dudes pretty easily.
But for real, why does she have a bag full of cricket bats and pipes and shit? In case.
Gang's club, our pub.
Okay.
It's a lost and found.
In case their soccer team loses.
Mm-hmm.
It's football.
I was fucking translating it for our Western audience.
In case Tottenham loses.
Oh, they fucked it up on the pitch, yeah?
It's called a pitch.
Now we'll go fucking riot.
It's all part of the fun.
It was 2 hours long. It ended 0-0, and now I'm ready to fight.
Nil means zero. Americans. All right, he's trained for this type of fight. We've seen this. All these dudes, he just starts mowing through, man.
Great choreography.
I love the fucking. He punches the one guy who knocks into the other guy, like the double knockout.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so fucking great. I think there's a dude coming over a table that he hits with like a fucking wooden spool of a fucking, I don't know what it is, but just the way he falls and shit. Looks fucking, it's a good fight. It's like 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the last 15 minutes of this movie. If you're not in, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay? I don't know what you fucking like.
It rewards you for trying to make sense of the Memento-esque structure of the flashbacks.
So some of them we don't really need.
Yeah.
Toon runs out and then bursts in later with a machine gun, but he can't hit Dick, which is kind of pretty funny. Kane grabs the gun, takes a few more goons out with it, and then continues to battle his way through the pub.
A guy stands up right in front of Kane, right? And takes like that initial few rounds, and then I think just Toon doesn't have the capacity to keep it straight.
Well, I think we knew that.
So.
Not the strongest bloke. So he's probably the Kron of the three of us, yeah.
Wow.
Dan's Lincoln, so I don't know which you'd rather be.
I'd rather be,
Hyde. Just get it over with.
Yeah. Just shoot me already, dude.
I want to be Bev. I live.
I'm tired.
The story is just going on and on.
All right. Kane gets stabbed again for like the fucking 10th time through this movie, but finally manages to cut all the goons down. And then it's time to fight Lincoln. Lincoln asks if all this was worth it. Kane says, "You're finished." So yeah, it was. Lincoln points a sawed-off shotgun at Kane and says, "Your satisfaction is going to be short-lived." Kane says, "Why did you do it?" And Lincoln says, "I won't be fucking disrespected." Lincoln pulls the trigger, but all we hear is a click. And the fight is on. They eventually fight over a knife, but Kane overpowers Lincoln and carves him up enough to kill his ass. Kane makes an exit from the pub.
Oh, real quick. Kane overpowers Lincoln. Is that a Bruce Springsteen reference?
Adam raised a Kane. So I guess that's the song I should have sent you guys today. They were supposed to be originally named Cain and Abel. It's from a book called the Bible. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know if you fucking put that shit together. But that's what we do on 5-Day Rentals. We fucking tell you how it is.
But the guy who wrote the movie was like, that's too obvious. I'm going to go with, I'll keep one Bible guy and then go with a U.S. president.
Yep, pretty much. That is exactly who he's named after. Too famous. I don't know if Kane would be famous. I think Lincoln's more famous than Kane.
Whoa,
right.
dude. It's the Bible.
We get a flashback of him making Stokes divide this money. We get shots of these people that Lincoln's fucked over with this cuckoo scam. And they're just noticing that more money is in their accounts. We get a shot of Kane outside the pub. He's all fucked up. And he laughs. Roll the credits for Avengement from 2019, directed by Jesse V. Johnson. Gentlemen, this was released May 24th of 2019. A budget of 2 million euros. A box office of just over $39,000. At the cinema that week, you could catch the remake of Aladdin with Will Smith. Catch a little superhero movie about a little kid called Brightburn, and a quirky movie called Booksmart with Jonah Hill's sister. Film comment named the pub brawl scene one of the best fights of the decade. There is a poster in the Horse and the Jockey pub at the beginning of the film which reads Satanic Mechanics, which is the band that Scott Adkins' character kills in a movie I won't name because it might show up on this podcast. That was also directed by Jesse V. Johnson.
You just Google it. That's enough clues.
At the 12-minute mark, the leg wound, we already covered that. They went to the meat market, dressed it with fake blood. Looks great. The goal was to make the fights more gritty and realistic and less about martial arts. As Scott Adkins is a kickboxer in real life. Adkins worked with Luke Lafante and Daniel Styles to choreograph and plan out the fights, and then punctuate it with hyper-violence. At the 46-minute mark, the body hitting and breaking the windshield of the car for the lady who got hit was actually our director, Jesse V. Johnson, doing that stunt. The cast of bad guys are essentially doing double duty here, as they are the fighters and the stuntman for this movie as well.
Don't you just kind of like hear the tires screech and then it cuts to the lady on the windshield?
You get a
Does it show her kind of roll
kind
up
of a
on
smash
Yeah,
into
you
it.
get a
Yeah.
hit and that thing on there, right? The fight between Kane and Evans ends with a hammer to Evans' head, but they shot it with Kane landing 5 more blows to his corpse after he falls to the ground. But they did cut that for ratings reasons. Gentlemen, that's all I got for Avengement from 2019, directed by Jesse V. Johnson. Rate my box.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for taking us through that. Thank you for the research. Kron, you and I locked Dan in. You a 3.5, myself a 3.0. Would you like to keep going, Kron?
Bones. I'm going to give you a 3.5 as well.
This is kind of tough. I think you're a 3, Kron. Danny? I'm sorry, Laundry Dan.
Thank you. Bones, I'm going 3.5. Kron, I'm going 2.5. Doesn't matter. You might be a 3 though.
All right, dudes. Avengement from the year 20. What's your score?
What do you mean? What is my score?
Are you at a 2.5 or a 3 for me?
I'm at a 2.5 for you.
Okay. Guys, Avengement from the year 2019.
Did you just change it?
No, I didn't change it. But
Okay.
you said 2.5, and then at the very end when I started talking, you said could be a 3, though. I just wanted to make sure.
2.5.
All right, Avengement from the year 2019. Guys, this movie, it goes down pretty easy, right? Like, it's a pretty watchable film. I do think it's, for like the serious kind of tone of the story, I think it's a pretty fun watch. Like I said, I do enjoy a movie where guys are just fighting in prison for quite an extended period of time. I don't know what it is about that, but it's always looks good, always entertains me. I do think this movie suffers in a couple ways. Number one, I think whoever wrote this, I would probably guess they're a pretty big fan of Pulp Fiction. I mean, we got a chopped up storyline. We got a gun that miraculously doesn't shoot our hero. I think there's a little bit of lifting here. None of it is too egregious, but I mean, it's like you can definitely feel the footprint of it in a way. What else do I want to say about this thing? I mean, if we do just compare this to Brawl in Cell Block 99, a movie that I do think is better than this film, like whatever you want to say about Craig Zoller and his films, I think he had the wherewithal, like for the movie that he made, which was, as Bones said, a lot meaner than this. I mean, I almost do feel like your main guy kind of needs to die at the end of a movie like this for it to hit in a way. And this movie, I don't know if that was the original intent or what, but having him just kind of walk out and smile in the moonlight, it's kind of like, the fuck is this ending? Like the guy, he should die there on the floor with everybody else. I mean, that's the whole point of like a big revenge storyline. Yeah, you accomplish your goal and it costs you everything. They kind of go hand in hand, I think, at least. As I said earlier, I do like this main character through the first 2/3 of this. When the back 1/3 becomes about, I'm going to return all the money, I'm going to do the right thing. It's not a revenge movie anymore, you know? Like, revenge is simple. It's, I will kill everything in sight and die in the process. It's simple. It's clean. It's easy. All the warts I have with this movie, I think it's pretty good. The prison fight stuff worked for me. 3.5 on Avengement.
Damn, way off.
Kron, I agree. I think he should have died at the end. I think, if anything, that's the happiest ending for him. His mother's dead. He's going to just end up going back to prison and fighting constantly. It's kind of tragic, but vengeance stories are supposed to show you at the end that it's a futile gesture. I do think that script structure is effective and pretty interesting. I think they don't overstay a lot of the flashbacks. They get back to the pub. Sadly, I think in that script, a lot of the writing's kind of dull. Kane, and I don't know if this is a decision based on that he is a boxer who's probably taken a lot of blows to the head and as he continues to fight, his capacity for knowledge wanes. But I do think it's a little disservice to the character that he's just so obtuse for the first 80% of the movie, especially considering how charming and sly he is when we see him enter the pub. But overall, I enjoyed the structure. It moves quick. I think this is a really good movie to just throw on with your dad. Just sit back for 90 minutes. You don't have to talk to each other. You get to the end. He looks over and says, "That was pretty good, right?" "Yeah, that was pretty good." I think it's a 3.5. I think on rewatch, I was a little bit more amped to get into that final fight, but it dipped a little bit. It was a tad slow getting up there. A part of British crime, I think, is also kind of snappy dialogue. Something that's that we would find kind of quaint and fun over here to kind of repeat. This kind of lacks that. I would say when you have this type of movie, and as soon as we're done recording, I'll think of a dozen sort of examples, but the action guy who does a little bit more serious of a movie, sometimes it's a gamble. And I do think overall Adkins is really effective, but there's still some goofiness to it. I think 3.5 is pretty fair for it. Over to you, Dan.
Gentlemen, Avengement 2019. Jesse V. Johnson. Yeah, I would agree. I think the chopped up storyline I think hurts it maybe a little bit. I think it kind of takes away from that final pub fight because it is 15 minutes. And when I first watched this movie, that was one of the main things that I went back to. I was like, is it taking away from that final pub fight, which is what we're building up to? Because everybody's anticipating that. And I think it kind of does a little bit. I think we could have stayed in a flashback a little longer to maybe get the other officer that he kills with the hammer and stuff like that, which is a good fight. But I think maybe there's just maybe a little much fighting before a final pub fight. But it's still good, though. I think Scott Adkins works here. I enjoy his work. I don't know if any of you have checked out his other films and all that stuff, but this is his third venture at the time, I think, with Jesse V. Johnson was Avengement. He did help out with the story here and stuff like that. But I think it works, man. I think it's kind of like a pint, a hefty pint. It's 90 minutes, just enough to drink a nice cold beer and watch a movie about a guy who just fucks people up for 90 minutes. So I think it works. I had a good time. It's breezy. It's easy. I think it hits. I think it's a 3.5 for me, man. It's just fun, you know?
Show your point, Kron.
Dan, if it's taking you 90 minutes to get through one beer, drinking too slow.
Well, there's so much head on it.
Mm-hmm.
Got a hefty head. It's like a nice cold beer. You just watch it while you're watching this, Kron.
Guys, Avengement would have an average score from the three of us of 3.5. This would end up at number 53 on the big list. This would currently be right below Heavy Metal and right above Shakedown.
Kron, I think you were doing math. You heard that you got a point.
Yes.
And I got a
did
0.5.
hear that.
I'm going to need that 0.5. It's a tight game.
At the end of this round, guys, I would be in the lead with a 6.5. Dan, you would be right behind me with a 6.0. And Bones, definitely still in the mix, 5.5. Anybody's game.
Season 2. All right.
Yeah, when did I lose the thread here, man? Did I ever have it this round?
I think so. At some
I think
point.
you started off leading and then Kron overtook you.
Yeah. So you guys are probably changing your scores.
Nah.
Letting me lock in something and then adjusting. See how it is.
Folks, stick around for the After Shower Show where Kron Howard will introduce the next film, the final film here in Waiting and Kron, anyway. But before that, please, if you're on Spotify or Apple, rate, review, subscribe to the show. If you're on the socials, you can follow us on Letterboxd, Threads, Instagram. But if you really want to fuck with us, there's a Discord link on every episode that drops every Wednesday of 5 Day Rentals. So join that. Join in on all the fun. Tell us how we're doing. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you feel. And we might comment back. But other than that, I'm trying to think of a fucking...
Crash and burn, cunt.
Crash and burn, you bloke.
Crash and burn. Oi. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the 5 Day Rentals podcast. This is the after shower segment of the show. Too many sharp dildos in the shower tonight.
Yeah, Dan, you can't tape 4 sharp dildos together and expect a regular dildo.
Kron tripped. I'm sorry, man.
Do we have 2 more of them? Because I would like to put 3 on each hand.
Yeah, I got you.
Do like a Wolverine thing.
It's so hot right now.
I think I already got my Deadpool. You know who you are. All right, guys.
So many people are going to be like, am I Deadpool?
Hey.
I thought you were referring to the piss puddle in the shower. You called that your Deadpool.
If you're listening to this and you think you're the Deadpool, guess what? You're right.
It's you, baby.
Guys, we're here to pick the final selection for We're Doing Fucking Crime, isn't it? Bones category.
It's a good category. Thank you, Bones.
I feel like Bones has often said it's kind of hard being the third on any selection, right? You've kind of got to say, what did the other 2 people pick? And how do I kind of round it out in a way, right? How do I approach this to make it a holistic list, but maybe one that's not repeating stuff, something a little bit different? So here's where we are. Bones, your selection was Sexy Beast. Obviously deals with kind of the classic UK crime syndicate. Laundry Dan, you brought us Avengement, despite not being a real word. It's kind of a take no prisoners gauntlet of vengeance. Balance out this mega dose of crime. I thought maybe we take a little bit less of a look at the criminals and we kind of look at the response to all this crime. Maybe we watch one with the good guys. Maybe. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's a long-standing series of films It seems like every time England gets in way over its head, all hope is lost. There's only one place left to turn. You bring in one man and one man alone.
Johnny English.
That man? Uncle motherfucking Sam, guys. It's time to get some U.S. dominance in this thing. We're going to the year 2016. We're going to watch London Has Fallen. This thing's on Netflix. It's directed by Babak Najafi. And it's starring one Gerard Butler.
Is this the first one?
This is the second one.
There goes that category.
What?
There goes that whole category.
Hey.
That's fine. I'm stoked. Yes, it's Olympus London Angel.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first 40 minutes of this, Dan. You don't need to watch Olympus Has Fallen.
You don't know that.
I do know it because I watched the first 40 minutes of it. Wasn't lost one bit.
Well, it all comes back at the second half.
How did you come to this?
I went through a lot of partial watches. A lot. I mean, a lot.
I know you had some trouble with this category here.
Yeah, this was not. I mean, I wish this had been European crime, maybe. Like, I definitely watched some stuff that was a thing that started in Germany. I think Bones would have loved this movie that I watched. It was like 90s mid-budget action bullshit. But it's not England. You know, it's not the UK. It's Germany and kind of like Southern Europe. I definitely watched one that was... There was one that I almost picked for this, but it was post-apocalyptic. I could find that they had shot a bunch of the film in England, but in the movie, they never directly say, like, that's where they're at. So it kind of was like, well, is that really a UK crime movie at that point? I don't know if it is. I briefly considered picking a WWF pay-per-view that was filmed in England, which I thought would have been a lot of fun. But we're here now. It's London Has Fallen.
Yeah, never in a million years would I think Kron would have picked this movie.
I was kind of backed into a corner, dude. It was honestly down to this and like a, you know, what I think you would consider the classic UK crime movie.
I figured you would go with like the 70s.
I mean, if you guys feel stronger about that, we can pivot.
No, it's your pick.
I mean, would you guys rather do the 70s one? I kind of just flipped a coin at the end. And I mean...
It's your pick. We'll do London Has Fallen.
What would you rather do? I don't really care.
It's your pick. We're not telling you what we're going to... No, it's your pick. We're doing London Has Fallen.
Bones, what do you think?
I think I'm keeping my opinion to myself, and you've selected London Has Fallen.
Would you rather do the other one?
I'm abstaining. We're watching London Has Fallen. It's on Netflix, so it's available.
I'll switch it right now.
No, I've already written it down in the rate my
letter
letter
book.
book.
Cross it out, dude.
Nah, it's in pin.
We can do the other one.
Can't cross out pin.
Pen. Already did pen.
We look up the year on the other one.
We're doing London Has Fallen.
It's...
We don't have to. I wasn't married to either one of these movies.
We're not mad that we're doing London Has Fallen.
Yeah.
If you're going to be mad about it, we'll switch it.
God damn it.
I'm the good guy on this pod.
You the Mike Bannon?
Yeah. You guys want to do the other one? It's from 71.
This is the other one that isn't technically in England. It's shot in England, but not set in England.
No, it's definitely in England.
I want to do the pay-per-view.
You guys want to do the WWF pay-per-view? Bones, would you have allowed that?
I mean, there's probably some sort of crime against humanity that takes place, right?
In the segments that well, my general thing was like, okay, they're fighting. You could get arrested for that. And then the Godfather comes out with a hoe train.
Let's just stick with London Has Fallen.
We should have hoe trains more in life, I think.
Let's see what the card was for this thing.
This is the British Bulldog?
Yeah, he fights X-Pac in it.
I'm just so shocked that you had a tough time with this.
There's not a great... Like I said, I was running into a bunch of stuff where it was like Europe for sure, but not the UK.
It really is like you look at the 70s and then Guy Ritchie starts the wave again in like the 2000s. But like I said, I had watched Avengement and I was like, that would be a nice 5DR movie. And then Bones is like, we're doing UK crime. And I was like, easy, done.
All right, you got Chris Jericho versus the Road Dogg.
Oh.
China versus Jeff Jarrett. Kane versus Big Show. British Bulldog versus X-Pac. Edge and Christian versus the Acolytes versus the Hollies. Triple H versus The Rock in a cage match.
And that's it?
There's some earlier ones. Those are like the main, the main set. We can watch London Has Fallen. We could watch a 70s movie. We could watch a pay-per-view. You guys tell me whatever the fuck you're feeling, because...
For watching London Has Fallen.
All right, we're watching London Has Fallen.
I can't believe you couldn't make a choice on this one.
I wasn't in love with, like, any movie that I watched.
All right. Join us next week. London Has Fallen. Gerald Butler. Finally on the podcast. Geronald Butler. Finally on the podcast.
Joanna Man. Finally on the podcast. Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
Giant tits, sharp dildo. What kind of prison are you guys running here?
It's a fucked up person.
You want a job or not?